use the mic.
Good morning. I'm Evelyn Reingold.
If you don't hold it to your mouth, they won't hear you.
And I was introduced to Unity several years ago by Jackie Roberts. I ran into her at the Seattle Art Museum, and she says, "Hey, I'm part of an Emoja study group, and we're making a tapestry. Can you show us some African art that's spiritual and religious?" I said, "Okay," because in the Seattle Art Museum, in the African galleries, all the art is spiritual and religious. It all connects, though, the gods and the orishas and the ancestors to the living. So I said, okay. The Emoja group came, and it was so fun. I must say there are pictures of Jerry and his wife Annette demonstrating the use of a bench-like wedding bed. I accepted the invitation of the Emoja group to come and visit Seattle Unity and help take part in making the tapestry. It was finally completed. I think Annie says it was the longest one to finish in all the tapestries. But if you take a look, there it is. And we celebrate it when it was ready to be unveiled. Bonnie, the slides. Can you start? We celebrate it there. And we celebrate it with diversity in music. Next slide. All kinds of people helped us to celebrate the unveiling of the tapestry. And when the tapestry was unveiled, it was simply beautiful. So please take a closer look at it. Each member of Umoja is encouraged to share their gifts and talents. Mine is being a docent, a volunteer at the Seattle Art Museum, and so I've helped to coordinate field trips over time. In 2015, we saw the disguise exhibits, masks and global African art throughout the diaspora. Now, I had everybody to meet in the lobby so that I could give them an overview of what they were about to see, because this was a real different exhibition for Sam. It included, though, traditional art and a lot of technology and innovation that was very unusual. This is an installation by a young artist who's Black and Japanese, Sawyer Woolfolk, and she combined both of her heritage with African art as well as with Japanese. And if you see the pool reflected on the floor and you look at the Dao tapestry, you'll see how it helped to inspire that with the 10,000 things. And if you look closely, there's not quite 10,000, but there's a lot of them in that tapestry too. We cut out little images quite a bit to make sure it worked. In 2016, we saw the Kehinde Wiley exhibition. Can you do the next one? I was amazed that over 50 people came from Emoja, Seattle Unity, and other friends and families. Seattle Art Museum, and I still can't believe they did this, but they let me have free tickets and reduced price tickets so that everyone who wanted to come could come and see the exhibition. Now, Kehinde Wiley is a young Black artist, and he paints in the style of the old masters, casting urban youth in poses. Can you do the next one? This is a huge 9x9 portrait of an urban youth of Colonel Platoff on his charger. The work is tremendous, but he's not only prolific in painting, huge oil paintings, he also does bronze casting. One of them was like over 1,000 pounds, and stained glass windows that were huge, 8x4. So it was really, really amazing to see this prolific artist at just his peak, because he's only 39 years old. In 2017, earlier this year, It was my privilege to be able to take Emoja and selected friends, because we could only take 20 people, because this was the anniversary of Jacob Lawrence's birth. And so for the first time in many, many years, Seattle Art Museum had all 60 of the Jacob Lawrence paintings together. Half of them are owned by the Museum of Metropolitan Art in New York, and the other half by the Phillips. So to see them all together was a really, really rare experience. This is his Migration series, one of his most iconic works. The group was able to take a look at it in the intimate gallery that was the Jacob Lawrence and Gwendolyn Knight Gallery, and to be reminded of their own migration stories. Jacob Lawrence was only 24 years old when he completed this iconic work, and he painted one color at a time so that he was able to finish all 60 paintings at once. He went from dark colors to light colors. So if you can imagine conceptualizing a complete series and finishing it at one time, one color at a time. This sequence of time and order reminds me of Emoja and what it means to me. I was looking for a spiritual place, a safe, enriching, and encouraging place. I wanted to take time to explore my ideas and others and new thoughts. Emoja is that place at this time and the right order for me. One of the nicest things I like about our Emoja meetings is the check-in time, where everyone can share what's going on with them without any filters. For me, Emoja is a sacred time, a healing time, a supportive time, and a learning time on my spiritual journey. So it is my honor, my pleasure, and my joy to be part of the Emoja group at Seattle Unity. And you're all invited to join us. And thank you, Annie and Aaron, for the slideshow.
So once again, let's thank Doris Hill, Pat Forrest, and Evelyn Reingold. Thank you. And which Thursday do you guys meet? And they meet the second Thursday of every month, and everyone is welcome to join. So, okay.